My daughter destroyed key evidence in a murder case. Most parents would panic, but in that moment, I felt something entirely different. Pride. This story isn't just about a daughter breaking the law. It's about watching everything you thought you knew about justice burn to ashes, only to realize that sometimes, destruction is the only path to truth. It's about the heart-stopping moment I got a call at 2 a.m., telling me my 23-year-old daughter, Ivy, had just set fire to the evidence room of a police precinct, and by doing so, she'd either saved an innocent man or ruined her life forever. I was dead asleep when my phone screamed, jolting me awake. On the other end, the detective's voice was shaking, not with fear, but with pure, unadulterated rage. "Your daughter just destroyed 6 months of work," he roared. "She ruined the biggest murder case this city has seen in a decade. We have her on camera pouring gasoline on evidence boxes in our secure storage room before lighting them on fire." My blood ran cold. Ivy? My quiet, thoughtful Ivy? I threw on clothes and raced to the station, my mind reeling. When I burst in, there she was, handcuffed to a cold metal bench. She had burn marks on her hands and ash in her hair, but she was sitting perfectly straight, a serene, almost triumphant look on her face, like she'd just won the lottery. The arresting officer was absolutely screaming, threatening federal charges, 20 years in prison. Other cops just stood there glaring at her, looking like they wanted to physically throw her through a wall. "Ivy, what the hell were you thinking?" I knelt in front of her, the detective pacing behind me, rattling off charges, breaking and entering, destruction of property, obstruction of justice, arson. Ivy looked at me with those sharp brown eyes she got from her father, and spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. "The evidence was fake and everyone here knows it." The detective stopped dead in his tracks, turning towards her slowly. "You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a cop. You're just some girl whose husband works here." Ivy remained perfectly calm, her voice cutting through the tension. "My husband came home crying last night because he couldn't understand why nothing about this case made sense." The detective's face started to turn a dangerous shade of red. "The blood on the knife was dripped on after it was already in the evidence bag," she continued, "because the pattern shows it fell straight down, not at an angle like it would during a stabbing." My stomach dropped. An innocent man had been sitting in jail for 5 months waiting for tomorrow's trial. I could see the other officers in the room starting to shift uncomfortably, exchanging uneasy glances. "You destroyed evidence because you think you know better than trained detectives?" The detective roared, slamming his hand on the desk. "That evidence was going to convict a killer tomorrow." Ivy shook her head, her gaze shifting past him, directly to the captain who had just walked in to see what the commotion was about. "Captain," she said, "the fingerprint on the knife belongs to..." "Full story video added in below."